All right. 2-love. Two loves, Svitolina. All right, welcome everybody. We've got Zheng versus Samsonova. Winner to play Sabalenka or Anisimova. And we also have Pellini taking on Svitolina. Pellini had 3 match points but couldn't convert. And now Svitolina's up a break in the third. Great match. This is the French Open champion is. We're going to watch them over the next few days. We don't know who it is, but it's going to be one of them. Lovely drop shot, 15 love. Maybe it's one of these ladies. Maybe one of these ladies is going to win the French. It's we're getting serious now. 15 love. As we hit a forehand now, into the forehand of Pellini, to the backhand of Svitolina, but she hits it out. This match is amazing. It sure is. A certified banger. Finally. Finally. 15-all. Between two serious contenders. As we just serve again. Into the forehand of Pellini, back into Svitolina, to the forehand of Pellini, a Svitolina backhand. Goes in the forehand of Pellini, into the forehand of Svitolina. She puts it away. 30-15. Pellini's starting to get frustrated. She had her chances. 30-15. Can't wait for the Anisimova match. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun too. All right, serving to the forehand of Pellini. Forehand from Svitolina. Again to the forehand of Pellini. Svitolina. Goes again to the forehand of Pellini. To the backhand of Svitolina. Into the backhand of Pellini. And Svitolina backhand goes wide. And it's 30-all. It's a repeat of yesterday, Keys' match. Kind of. But Keys was at the end of the match. All right, 30-40. Break back point. To get back on serve. There's a bit of fault from Svitolina. Second serve. Second serve. To the back of Pellini. Return goes wide. And we get to deuce. As that goes out by Pellini, it's advantage Svitolina. All right, advantage Svitolina for a 3-love lead. As the return goes into the back of Svitolina. Great shot. Pellini in the net. Svitolina takes A 3-love lead. Again, she was down 3 match points in the second set. She was also down 4-1 in the second set. And now she's up 3-love in the third. What a turnaround. How we doing, chat? What's going on? Oh, Jazz, you were so close. There's always next year. Hey, look, it's 3-love. Svitolina came back from 3-love, 4-1 twice in this match. So you don't think Paolini could come back? Come on now. Come on now. Don't give up. Was Paolini playing too conservative on the match points? Not really. I mean, you got to give credit to Svitolina. She played some really good tennis on those match points, especially the third match point where she came to the net and hit a great volley. That was her. By the way, 3-2 Samsonova against Zheng in their head-to-head. They played in Montreal a couple of years ago. That was the last time they played. They haven't played for a while. Their only clay meeting was Zheng in 2021 winning in straights. All right, 3-love, Svitolina, final set. There's a backhand rally. Goes into the backhand of Svitolina. Forehand now from Paolini to the forehand of Svitolina. Forehand from Paolini in the net. And it's love 15. I'm here to enjoy the one, not hearing about your ex. Wait, who's ex? Nobody cares. What are we doing? Victoria, name names. Who the hell is derailing the chat with talking about things that don't matter? What are we doing? Anyways, love 15. Forehand cross court into the forehand of Paolini in the net. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30 for a double break. Cam's body language is saying, why am I still here? No, I had to go get a new cup of tea. Love 30. As a default second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Svitolina. Backing out Paolini into the forehand of Svitolina. As Paolini goes down the line, Svitolina on the stretch puts up a lob. But it goes out. 15-30. Paolini's getting pissed off. All right. All right, 30-all. Paolini trying to hang on. Now, 3-love might not be a worst time to come back, but 4-love would be really tough. As the backhand return goes out by Svitolina, 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. It's only one break of serve, exactly. What's going on, Perry? Welcome back. All right. We get the deuce. Paolini's starting to get frustrated. We get to deuce. As a return goes into the forehand of Paolini. Paolini hits it out. And it's advantage Svitolina for the double break. How do you describe topspin? I will do that. I will do this after this next thing. All right, Svitolina double break. Topspin is when the ball is, you hit the ball, right? You hit the ball this way, and the ball spins forward. So the ball is spinning forward. And what happens is, let's say that's the net. When you hit it with topspin, the ball drops because it's spinning forward. So that's topspin. It's when the ball is spinning forward. That is topspin. Easy. When it's spinning backwards, that's called slice or backspin, which means the ball will want to do this. Whoop. Which is why you see people hit slice backhands not very hard, because if they hit it really hard, the ball's going to go up and fly out of the court. So that's why people keep it low on the slice, right? Because it's got backspin and they want to keep it low over the net so the ball doesn't go out of control. But topspin is when the ball spins forward and it makes the ball want to go down. That make sense? Should we call Rafa spin? Yeah. Well, Rafa has a different type of spin. It's top spin, but it's like top spin, top spin times 100. He's like ridiculous top spin. Anyways, 15-0. By the way, Zheng and Samsonova have just started. Oh, it's just started the warm up. As that goes out from. Sorry, it goes in from Paolini. Good return, 15-30. Yeah, top spin plus is what Rafa has. Advanced top spin. All right, 15-30. As a forehand rally, Paolini makes Paolini stretch. Now goes down the line, and Paolini in the net though. It's 30-0. Topspin bounces. Yeah, when the ball. Yeah, another thing is when the ball hits the ground with topspin, it goes into the sky, it like bounces up. When the ball has backspin, it stays down. The ball stays low when it hits the ground. 30-0. Does that make sense? Is it a forehand out of the backhand of Paolini, backhand of Svitolina in the net? And it's 30-40. 30-40. Same as golf and snooker. Yeah. All right. 30-40. As we return now from Paolini. Svitolina hits it in the net. Okay. Not over yet. Paolini survives. 4-1. She gets one of the breaks back. All right. Okay. 4-1. Can you explain the difference between side spin and backspin racket path? Not with a whiteboard and a pen. Not without a tennis racket and a ball and a court and an instructional video. Damn, that's like semester 5. we're only tennis 101 over here. Right? We're not getting to that's the advanced classes that you take on in the summer. All right, that's a different thing. We'll get to that eventually. Shit. All right, 4-1. Bro asking for advanced trigonometry. The hell, we're just doing simple math here. What's going on? I appreciate the question though. All right, 4-1. As Paolini hits it out, love 15. I don't think I have enough whiteboard space for that anyway, so we'll get to that eventually. As a backhand return from Svitolina goes wide, 15-0. 15-0. Paolini serves again. Into the backhand of Svitolina. Paolini backhand to the forehand of Svitolina. Into the backhand of Paolini. Svitolina down the line. Paolini goes cross court into the forehand of Svitolina. Again, the forehand of Paolini. But Paolini hits it long. And it's 15-30. Side spin would be easy to explain in a video. Yeah, but they want to know like the racket path. Like then I have to ask the question: are you talking about on a serve? Are you talking about on a forehand? Like what? Like there's you got to be a little bit more specific. But then showing the racket path on a whiteboard, I mean, I can't draw that much. As it a forehand rally, and that goes wide by Paolini, 15-40. And I don't even have a racket to even. Yeah, again, yeah. That's a question for another class. Anyway, it's 15-40. Chance for Paolini to break. Sorry, for Svitolina to break again, but she hits it out in the return, and it's 30-40. Also, Zheng and Samsonova are about to start. I'm going to go with Zheng in 3. Chat, today is the day that everything gets real, gets serious. We've already had Paul in the quarterfinals. Winner of this will play in the quarters as well. In fact, everybody who wins today will play in the quarterfinals. That's how it works. All right, Paolini survives. We get to deuce. We get to deuce. As Zheng wins the first part of the match against Samsonova. 15-love. Paolini serves. Into the backhand of Svitolina. Slice now goes into the forehand of Paolini as they go forehand. The backhand now. Svitolina again with the backhand into the forehand of Paolini. To the forehand of Svitolina. As Paolini forehand again to the forehand of Svitolina. Into the forehand of Paolini goes wide. Advantage Svitolina. Advantage Svitolina for the double break and to serve for the match. And Svitolina, what a comeback this will be. She was down 3 match points in the second set, Svitolina. As Paolini serves, the back of Svitolina. Return goes into the backhand of Paolini. Svitolina down the middle. And Paolini hits it wide. Svitolina's got the double break again. She's going to serve for the match. And to take her place in the quarterfinals to take on the winner of Swiatek and Raducanu. Man, what a turnaround. What a fight. All right. 5-1. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Paolini. Return down the line and slices Svitolina, but she hits it out. Love 15. Also 30-15. Zheng to start the match. All right, love 15. Sweet serve down the tees. An ace by Svitolina. 15-all. All right, 15-all. As the return goes into the forehand of Paolini. Backhand from Svitolina's a winner. 30-15. Zheng holds, by the way. 1-love. 30-15. What a fight back from Svitolina. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Serve to the backhand of Paolini. Great return, but Svitolina gets it with the forehand into the forehand of Paolini. And then Svitolina hits it wide. And it's 30-all. Svitolina serves again. And then Paolini wins the point. Svitolina hit it out. 30-40. 30-40. As the return goes into the forehand of Svitolina. Backhand out from Paolini. In the net, we get to deuce. Cam needs coffee. No, I'm just chilling. We got a long day, so I'm not going to lose my mind. We got a long day. A lot of matches today. All right, back to deuce. And Svitolina serves a fault. Second serve. Seven to the backhand of Paolini. Return goes long. And it's match point, Svitolina. After saving 3 match points in the second set, she is now about to win and make it to the quarterfinals. It sucks for Paolini. It's disappointing from her. She's going to have to play Wimbledon and really do well there to save her ranking, but what a fight back from Svitolina. Svitolina serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the forehand of Paolini. Back into Svitolina. Down the line. Is a winner. Svitolina saves match points. Completes the comeback. And she's into the quarterfinals. She takes out last year's finalists. She also snaps the streak that Paolini was on. What a fight back. What a match. What a win. GG's. Svitolina. An honorary French player, I guess. I mean, French by association, I guess. But she is into the quarters. That's how we start the day, chat. Let's hope we keep this this level up. If that's the matches we're going to get today, let's hope we keep this going. Now, we're going to merge the streams because it's easier for everybody to understand. So we want to keep watching the matches coming up. Zheng versus Samsonova. We've also got Swiatek versus Raducanu. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry. Zheng fans, you stay there. There we go. All right. Jump on over. If you want to keep watching this Zheng-Samsonova match, we've also got, like I said, Swiatek taking on Raducanu coming up soon. But Svitolina, first player into the quarterfinals, and she gets there in 3. She saves 3 match points along the way, and she's into the quarterfinals, knocks out Paolini, and she'll take on the winner of Swiatek versus Raducanu, which is coming up next. Okay. All right, we've got Swiatek versus Raducanu. Coming up now. Pardon me. What a fight back. Finally, chat, we get... I know we've had good matches. No, they've been good matches. We just haven't watched them. But now we finally watched a good match. A close, interesting matchup. All right. All right, advantage Zheng to get the break. We'll start Raducanu and Swiatek soon as well. As we serve out wide, the return goes to the backhand of Samsonova. Slice from Zheng. Into the forehand of Samsonova. Zheng backhand again. It is an error. And it's deuce. All right, we get to deuce. As we return now to the forehand of Samsonova. Forehand from Zheng into the backhand of Samsonova. And Zheng backhand is long. Advantage Samsonova. For the first game of the match for her. As the return goes into the forehand of Zheng and Samsonova overhits it. We get to deuce. As we do backhand now from Samsonova. Zheng goes down the line in the nets. Advantage Samsonova. Three-set diminished a lot, and would mean that 5 sets wouldn't work. But I think that problem was rather mentally than physically. Thoughts? The quality of third sets diminished a lot. Well, see, look, in that match, if that had gone 5 sets, if Paolini versus Svitolina went 5, then Paolini losing the third set wouldn't have mattered, because it just meant that we go to the fourth set, 2 sets to 1, and Paolini can regroup. The disappointment of losing the match points obviously affected the third set for Paolini. But if that was a 5-setter, it gives Paolini a chance to regroup after a disappointing third set. And but then again, she would have been 2 sets to love up or 1 set all, right? So she wouldn't have lost match points. It would have been losing set points. So the psychology around losing that second set for Paolini in a 5-set match would be totally different. Would be maybe not totally different, but slightly different. Instead of being like, I was this close to winning, she'd be like, oh, I was this close to getting up 2 sets. But it's okay. I can regroup and win the third and be up 2 sets to 1 instead. You know what I mean? So there would have been a little bit more of a bit less. She would have been less hard on herself maybe going into that third set had it have been a 5-setter. But we won't know. I mean, we won't know. But if you're this close to winning the match, making the quarterfinals, and then you lose, and then you got to pick yourself up in the third, going up 2 sets to love is great. But then if you lose and go, it's 1 set all, you can then go, okay, fine, I'll go 2 sets to 1 then. It kind of makes the third set in a 5-setter more important if it's 1 set all as well, right? Because you're like, oh shit, I better not lose. I better not go down 2 sets to 1 now. But even if she did fall off in the third like she did, she could have come into the fourth. Maybe go out a bathroom break, come into the fourth, and then totally, try and reset her mind to come back from 2 sets to 1 down. And I would have loved to see that as a 5-setter. That would have been so much fun to see, again, because 5-setters are physical, but they are mental as well, right? There's a mental a mentality hurdle you got to overcome too. So, but it would have been really fun. Maybe one day we'll get that, but yeah. But it is an interesting conversation. All right, 15 love. As Zheng serves again. As we're to serve again from Zheng. And Zheng serves to the back end of Samsonova. Zheng with a forehand in the forehand of Samsonova on the stretch, but it's in the net. And it's 30 love. Swiatek versus Raducanu are about to start. We'll get that in as well. Good arguments of 5 sets. Well, look, I mean, again, we won't know these. We don't know the answers, right? We're all just hypothetically, we're theorizing, right? This is like, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. But I would love to see if any of this, because I'm only basing my assumptions on men's tennis, right? And how, when somebody loses a third set or second set, from having set points, chance to go up 2 sets to love. Yeah, sometimes they do fall off in the third, but then they can regroup in the fourth. So yeah. And also momentum, obviously. If the momentum going into a third, Svitolina had it. But had there been an extra set, maybe Paolini could have regained it, after the third, right? Just basing it off what the 5-set men's tennis does, right? From a mentality point of view and a momentum. Might be too tired. I don't think Svitolina and Paolini did not look tired. At the end of that third set, they could have done another set. They could have played 2 more sets. Those 2 ladies were not fatigued. There was no fatigue issue there. All right, 40-15. But also on the other end, Svitolina going into a 4th set after winning the third to try and keep the momentum, because tennis goes up and down. You don't stay the momentum doesn't stay the same for the entire match over 5 sets. So there could have been a dip for Svitolina in the 4th, and then Paolini could have attacked, right? Which is what we see on the men's side all the time when somebody comes back and wins the set and blah blah blah. All the momentum changes, but we'll never know. But it would be fun to know. It would be fun to see. It would be fun to get an opportunity to see it one day. All right. Let's start this Swiatek's Raducanu match as well. Find out who Svitolina is going to play. Tell you what, both Raducanu and Swiatek don't want to play Svitolina. So either way, it's a worse matchup for them, I think. They would have liked to play Paolini, I think, a little bit more, just because how Svitolina plays a little more, can be a little bit more dangerous. Hey, thank you everybody for watching. Welcome everybody. It was a little bit delayed because the first match went for a little bit longer than expected. But we're here now. Swiatek versus Raducanu. Raducanu took out Ostapenko for Swiatek. Swiatek hasn't really looked in trouble all week. So let's see what happens. These two play. They play 8 times, 4 matches each. Split straight down the middle. But Swiatek's won the last 2. But Raducanu's won, I think, the only 2 matches on clay, which is kind of weird. All right. And we're also watching Zheng taking on Samsonova. They could bring WTA Finals 5 sets. I agree. That'd be awesome. They used to do that. They used to do that. Semi-finals and finals could be 5 sets for the ladies with no men's matches those days. I agree too with that as well. All right, first serve's a fault by Samsonova. Second serve. I think, chat, the only way the conversation will happen is if the finals of Grand Slams for the ladies are really, really boring. Like, I'm talking like Love and One. And they have to be boring for like, probably for the entire year and maybe even 2 years. Like, every Grand Slam final has to be a one-sided 1 hour battle for anyone to consider, hey, maybe we should make it 5 sets just to make it more interesting. Like, it has to be like, and it's probably not going to happen because usually one match is good out of the 4. But the only way they would probably get the conversation, because the tournaments, it'll be tournament-led. The players won't bring it up. It'll be the tournaments that bring up, hey, we need more tennis on the finals day because these ladies are getting wrecked in the finals. We're getting like 45-minute finals. That's not going to fly for the crowd aren't going to buy tickets for it. It's got to happen consistently over like maybe a couple of years for them to actually bring up the conversation, hey, we might need to play more tennis here because 45-minute matches are not going to fly for people aren't going to buy tickets for that. People aren't going to watch that, right? All right, 40-15. I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's the only way. The tournaments are the ones who are going to bring in the 5-set finals. They're the ones who, and it'll be, a financial reason. All right, 40-15. It's a backhand return. Goes out by Zheng, and it's 2-0. 2-2. What's the average price for a ticket for the Grand Slam WTA Grand Slam finals? I have no idea, but it's not cheap. It wouldn't be cheap. All right, Zheng to serve. 2-0. Zheng serves a fault, second serve. Swiatek and Raducanu are just about to start. As it goes out in the return from Samsonova, and it's 15-love. As we get a fault, second serve. Ooh, double fault. 15-0. I think your idea is great. Athletic capacity is not an issue. Patronizing it to think so. The psychology of a 5-setter would be intriguing. And the commercial benefits, timing-wise, should be also welcome. Yeah. All right, 15-0. As it a backhand now to the forehand of Zheng. Forehand now from Samsonova to the forehand of Zheng. And Zheng hits a winner. And it's 30-15. I think that it's... And I hope this isn't what happens. But the other way that 5-set ladies matches could happen is if there was such an aggressive and vocal group that were coming out against how women shouldn't be paid the same and like make them play 5. If there was like a real loud group of people doing that, and it made to a point where it was like, it was getting ridiculous, where people were protesting, right, at the tournaments and shit, right? It would have to get to that level of thing for anyone to be like, maybe we should think about this. I don't think they'll come to that point because that would get ridiculous. I think it would be more like the tournaments wanting to make extra revenue in the finals. That would be a nicer way to go about it. But the other side of it, like the only way it would change is if people would be like, But I don't think there's enough people that are like that in tennis that would band together and make an effort. They're just complaining from their armchairs. They're just, they're not going to get off the couch and do something about it. They're just going to be like, this isn't fair. So I don't think we have to worry about that stuff. But it'd be more, I think more the tournaments would be inclined to try and make it happen. 5 sets was tried, didn't work for various reasons. Enlighten us. We know it happened. Enlighten us. Didn't work. Why? Give us some more info. $40-30. $40-30. Zheng holds 3-2. Zheng in the first set. All right. Svitolina is good on clay? Oh, yeah. For sure. If Sinner takes RG, I'll pay a few $1,000 reserve tickets to the US Open to a potential Grand Slam. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Because Wimbledon, I think he could win Wimbledon too. I mean... Where'd that guy go that was saying that it didn't work for various reasons? What reasons? You didn't give us any reasons. We're here to listen. Like we're not here to debate. I just want you to give us some more information so we can kind of talk. All right, 3-2. Zheng with the lead. Swiatek, Raducanu are warming up. Then we'll get started. As we return now to the slice of Zheng. 4 now from... volley from Samsonova in the net. And it's love 15. Love 15. As we just serve out wide the backhand of Zheng. Forehand from Samsonova, the forehand of Zheng. Samsonova forehand again to the forehand of Zheng. Into the backhand of Samsonova. Zheng again to the Samsonova backhand. And Zheng goes again to the Samsonova's backhand as that goes down the line of the forehand of Zheng. Forehand from Samsonova to the backhand of Zheng and Zheng in the net. 15 all. 15 all. Can Svitolina make the final? What do you think? Yeah, I think there's a path to the final. She might... I don't know if she can go through Swiatek to do it. Or if she has to play Raducanu, that would be the better path. But I think there's a path. Is it a fault second serve? I mean, I think 2 years ago she pushed Svitolina. Did you push Svitolina here? Or she pushed Svitolina on clay? Serving the forehand of Zheng. Return goes out. It's 30-15. The 5-set finals from WTA Tour finals reportedly suffered from poor television ratings. Interesting. And but when was that? That was like 1990. Was it 1990 when that happened? When they did that? Or was it 1980s? Because a lot has changed since 1990 when it comes to the popularity of women's sports, not just tennis. And also Grand Slams, they can I feel like if you're gonna make a 5-set women's match, having it a standalone WTA finals, if they tried it and it didn't work there, I feel like they could try. Oh, was it not in the 90s? During the 90s, okay. I feel like if they did it at a Grand Slam, it'd be different though, because people are already watching the Slam, maybe for the men, maybe for the ladies, whatever it is. But if you do it for Roland Garros, people are going to watch it because it's, either way. If it's a standalone WTA finals, do you know what I'm saying? Like, which I don't know what the television ratings, how they even televised it back then. Was it shown everywhere? I couldn't imagine where they'd find the WTA finals to watch in Australia. But where did they show the WTA finals? Like, the television ratings, I feel like would be way bigger now in 2025. Be easy to find them too, right? You'd be able to find where to watch the finals of these big tournaments for the ladies. So I'm not, but like, fair enough. They stopped it because of TV ratings. That's fair enough. But also, like, I feel like these days, with technology advancing so much and everything like that, it would have a better chance to work now. If it was because of lack of ratings, I feel like they could give it another shot. And if that's the reason it doesn't work, then okay, bring it back to 3. But I don't see the harm in making a Grand Slam final for the ladies 5 sets, because either way, the ratings are going to be the same. Because if it's a match that you want to watch, you'll watch it. If it's 3 or 5 sets, you'll watch it. It's just the matchups. I mean, the same happens on the men. If the final's not if you're not getting the players you want to watch, then you're not going to watch it. As opposed to if you get Sinkeraz play, So I don't know. I feel like it's been 20 years? 30 years? 30 years since they did it? Why couldn't we give it another shot? Why couldn't they try it in a world where, where technology and and giving the women's game, I mean, how good would it be if a 5-set epic match happened on the women's side? That would be so good for WTA. That would be such a great promotion of the WTA. If we got a final between, Zheng and Gauff, and it was a 5-set epic, even though the quality might not be good because their matches the last few times haven't been good, haven't been the greatest. But the WTA finals final was Zheng and Gauff, and that was an epic, and we all talk about that as one of the best matches of recent times. It would be such a great thing, All right. Anyways, let's talk about what's actually happening. And the reality, which is these 2 best-of-3 set matches. Love 30, by the way, Samsonova. And Raducanu serving first. I've got Swiatek in 3. Let's see what happens. And Swiatek returns it into the Faunus Raducanu. Raducanu in the net, though, 15-0. 15-0. Sam.
Come miss the prediction for Zheng and Iga match. What do you think after watching few games of Zheng match?
I think Zheng's going to win in 3, and I think so is Swiatek. Thank you for the 5. All right. 30-15. We're back in our first game. Yeah, Demon Slayer, I know you're saying, best of 3 set match for the ladies, so many unforced errors and double faults. But, and a best of 5 would be worse. Yeah, but what about the US Open 2020? That had a lot of ugly tennis. Yet, we didn't downgrade the men's to best of 3 because it was a couple of bad matches. Like, assuming that, you're saying that, every WTA match has more errors and double faults and is, filled with errors, which is not true. We just watched Paolini's Svitolina, which was full of winners and great shots. So is it more likely that the WTA matches do have more errors? I don't know. I haven't done the math. But to say that, making it 5 sets would make it, the audience would die, well, you don't have to watch it then. It's fine. You don't have to watch it. But there's no, just saying that, best of 5 would be more bad tennis. What about the good tennis, though? We get robbed of, like this. Like I said, it's Svitolina versus Paolini. If that went 5, could have been one of the greatest matches of the tournament. But we got robbed because it ended after 3 sets, even though the quality was amazing and great. So we're getting robbed of some of the matches that could potentially be 5. For what? Because we're afraid that some of the ugly matches will just be a little bit longer? I don't understand that. We watch ugly men's matches all the time. Ugly tennis is ugly tennis. It doesn't just be like WTA or ATP. They're both men and women's tennis can be hard to watch. All right, 1540. It's not. It's ugly tennis doesn't pick sides. All right, 1540 by the way. Samsonova. And Zheng serves a fault second serve. All right, 1540. As we serve now the forehand of Samsonova. Forehand from Zheng. Into the forehand of Samsonova. That's a great shot down the line. Zheng gets it back, but it's in the net. Man, all right. 4-3 Samsonova. I'll tell you what. Zheng, Samsonova, Swiatek, Rybakina, Paolini, Svitolina, physically could all play 5 sets. I don't think there would be even an issue there. Maybe, look, Rybakina obviously has had her fitness issues, but not because of cramping or anything. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's not even, nobody's going to argue that. But, man, I just, I'm an advocate for 5-set women's matches. And just because I just want more tennis. I want more of that. I know I said the schedule's too long, but I also want to see 5-set finals. I love 30. Rybakina, a chance to break here. Love 30. But look, it's okay if you think that. Like, it's okay if you think that there's going to be more errors and people aren't going to want to watch that. That's okay. I get that. That's fine. You're talking to somebody who's trying to convince everybody else that 5-set finals and 5-set women's matches are going to be great. But there will be some stinkers, just like there's stinkers on the men's side. Sometimes, yesterday was a day of stinkers, right? But I still want to see it. I still want to see it because I think we're going to get some great matches. There could be some epic matches that happen. I love 40. Swiatek, you're already in trouble. Love 40. Swiatek second serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand from Swiatek. Rybakina hits it wide. It's 1540. Serve again from Swiatek. She tries to avoid getting broken. Great return. Rybakina. Slice. Swiatek goes in. Rybakina. Backhand inside out. Swiatek with a pass in the net. There it is. What a return by Rybakina. Chat, may I remind you that Alina Rybakina beat Serena Williams on this court 4 years ago. It was before Rybakina was known. Nobody knew who the hell she was. And she beat the greatest player of all time. Remember that. 2-love. Just remember that. Who this lady is. Before she won Wimbledon, she was kicking Serena's butt. Well, not really. It was a tough match. But she beat Serena here. She knows how to beat players that have won multiple slams. Specifically French Opens. 2-love. As that goes out by Swiatek, 15-love. $15-love. I want to see what the scoreline was because I forgot what the scoreline. It was 2021. 6-3, 7-5. She took out Serena. And then she lost to the eventual champion, Pavlyuchenkova, in a close, I think it was 9-7 in the third, which I missed those score lines. Bring those back. Get rid of this tiebreak third set shit. We want win by 2. Bring that back. I want that back, please. All right. 15-0. There's a bit of fault from Raducanu, second serve. Also, Zheng trying to break back 30-0. All right, Swiatek. The backhand return into the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek backhand down the line. Raducanu gets with a forehand cross. Swiatek hits it long. 30-15. Raducanu did win Strasbourg. 30-15. Also break back point for Zheng. 30-40. All right. Raducanu with a fault. Second serve. As Raducanu hits it out, and it's 30-0 as Zheng shanks it into the net, and it's deuce. All right. 30-0. Oh, is Raducanu in the net? Also, Zheng breaks back. We get to 4-0. Four. All right, 30-40. Swiatek can't break back. As Raducanu serve too big. Deuce. We get to deuce. And eventually Raducanu gets to advantage to go to 3-love. Advantage Raducanu. All right, Raducanu too strong. 3-love. 3-love. And Zheng 30-love. All right, 30-love. Great start for Raducanu. 3-love. Lock in, Cam. Why are you telling me to lock in? I'm locked in, buddy. All right. Double fault from Zheng. 30-15. Men watch men, not women. Even men's ugly is better than women's best. Why are you here? We're watching 2 women's matches. Wait, like I was. Hello? I'm confused. Why are you here then? You're watching a man watch women's tennis. I mean, you're watching me watch women's tennis. What does that mean? How does that work? 30-all. Come on now. You can't generalize. Just say you. Just say, I watch this, not this. That's okay. You don't have to watch WTA. Don't generalize and say, oh, men don't watch women's tennis. So that's not true. I'm literally watching it right now. And last I checked, I'm a guy. All right, 30-all. As we return now, in the front of Zheng, backhand now from Samsonova's a lob. Bounce smash from Zheng on the baseline. Samsonova back in the rally. Forehand goes in. The forehand of Zheng, and Zheng hits it wide. And it's 30-40. Break point for Samsonova. Also, Swiatek at 15-all. She's got to get on the board here because Raducanu is ripping through this match. Schedule came out. Thank you. Yep. Center court. Maybe. Rublev Sinner tomorrow night. No surprise. As we get a great serve there from Swiatek, 30-15. All right, ace out wide, Swiatek, 40-15. 40-15. All right. 40-15. Chat has spoken. Has been a smash from Zheng. That's a great smash. It was a bounce smash out wide, and it's advantage Zheng to get in front. All right, 40-15, Swiatek. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Great return winner from Raducanu, 40-30. 40-30. Serve to the backhand of Raducanu, but it's a let. (40-30). Swiatek serves again. Into the backhand is a fault. Second serve. As she serves again. Oh, double fault. We get the deuce. Swiatek nervous. By the way, Samsonova's got another break point to get the lead in this set. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already. We've got Sabalenka and Nisimova coming up soon. And then we've also got Alcaraz versus Shelton. And then tonight we've got Musetti Runa. So a lot going on. And then tomorrow, tomorrow we've got a full day as well. So tomorrow is interesting. I mean, we have to watch Zverev Griekspoor. It's almost like a yearly tradition at this point. We have to watch them play 5 sets tomorrow. We have to. It's just a tradition. As Raducanu hits a lovely winner, and it's advantage Raducanu for the double break. Advantage Raducanu. Swiatek in trouble. Swiatek with a serve. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Great return. Swiatek slipped, but gets it back. Raducanu drop shot. Swiatek gets it back again, but Raducanu puts it away for love. Raducanu, 4-love to start this match. 17 minutes played. Raducanu's moving well. Raducanu winning this match would be huge. We haven't talked about Raducanu in a serious capacity for such a long time because of injuries, and she didn't play much as well last year. And also, everything we talk about Raducanu, it always revolves around the coaching situation. But holy hell, if she wins this match, she could make the semis. I mean, semi-final Raducanu-Sabalenka, is that not a thing that could happen? Would that not be a great matchup? Of course it would be. 30-love. We love that matchup. By the way, Samsonova's got the advantage to get the break and serve the set. As Raducanu serves again. A fault. Second serve. It'd be great to, I'd love to see Swiatek win 4 in a row, but it'd be great to see Raducanu make a final or a semi-final here, right? I mean, what a return that would be. Anyways, break for Samsonova. She's going to serve the set. 40-love. To go to 5-love, Raducanu. Serve. Into the Fornish Swiatek. Return goes out. 5-love. 5-love. 5-0. Bloody hell. 5-love Raducanu to start this match. Madness. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Samsonova's going to serve for the set. And Swiatek serving to stay in the set. Okay. As we return now to the forehand of Samsonova. Backhand now from Zheng. Backhand again, the forehand of Zheng. As we get a forehand now from Samsonova. Zheng goes again down the line to the backhand of Samsonova. Zheng backhand again. Into the drop shot. Samsonova too good. 15-love. Swiatek serving to get a game. And that's a return winner from Raducanu. Love 15. Love 15. Raducanu. 9 winners. In 21 minutes. Serving to the back of Raducanu. 4 now from Swiatek to the front of Raducanu, who hits another winner. 10 winners. Love 30. Swiatek is just stunned. Love 30. Chat, this is a way to break a streak, I tell you. I mean, breaking, it's more than just breaking the streak. This is obliterating the streak. If she does it this way, 4-4 rally. Raducanu again. The forehand Swiatek goes down the line for a winner. And it's 15-30. Serve again. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Oh, the return went in! And Swiatek in the net, 15-40. Raducanu to bagel Swiatek at Roland Garros, which I don't think's ever... Has that happened? Has Swiatek ever been bageled here? I think she was bageled against Halep. Like way, 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 way back. In 2019, which was not that long ago. That's a default second serve. Yeah, Swiatek got bageled 6-1, 6-love at the French Open 2019. And since then, she's only lost one match, and that was against Zachary. Return into the backhand of Swiatek. Forehand out from Raducanu goes out, and it's 30-40. So since losing to Halep, 6-1, 6-love in 2019, she has lost one match. That was to Zachary, 6-4, 6-4. This is Swiatek we're talking about. But even more impressive, Swiatek's only played three three-setters since that 2019 match. In fact, at the French Open in general, she's only played four three-setters. Every other match has been straight sets except for the two losses that were straight sets losses. 35 wins, 2 losses before this week. Now she's at 38-2? But never been bageled, or hasn't been bageled since 2019 here. 30-40, second serve. No, sorry, first serve is a fault. Second serve now. Zheng's at a breakback point. No, 30-40. Second serve. Is bagel under a 30 minutes record? No. People bagel in like 20 minutes. Serve into the forehand of Raducanu. Return gets outs, and we get the deuce. Swiatek survives for now. Why not appreciate Raducanu's game, or you are not jealous of Raducanu? Game. Monica, are you talking to me or someone in the chat? Anyways, Zheng breaks back, and it's deuce. Oh, sorry, it's 5-all. It's deuce on this court. It's 5-all on the other court. And Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Oh, no, it was in. Was it in? Swiatek said it was in. Raducanu said it's out. The umpire says it's out. Second serve. Second serve. And that was out. Hawkeye said so. Second serve. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Return goes into the forehand of Swiatek. Raducanu forehand on the stretch. Swiatek. Winner. Advantage Swiatek. Advantage Swiatek. To get on the board here. Swiatek serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. We're back to deuce. This was exactly what I was expecting. Aslan, that makes one of us. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. Serve into the forehand of Raducanu. Return goes in the forehand of Swiatek. Raducanu slice goes wide. Advantage Swiatek. I'm sure Cam will acknowledge Alina's efforts after the match. Hey, people that are complaining, have you not been listening? You must have just got here and you haven't said something in the last 30 seconds about Raducanu. You have not been listening. I've been talking about how good Raducanu has been playing the entire set. How many winners she's hit. How incredible she's playing. You're not listening. Well, you got here and I haven't said something for a minute. Cam, it's been 3 minutes. You haven't said Raducanu is great. She's great. Advantage Swiatek. My God, stop crying, please. As the return goes in, to the backhand, Swiatek slice to the backhand of Raducanu. Into the forehand, Swiatek. Lob goes up, Raducanu smash. Swiatek gets a backhand, but it goes long, and we're back to deuce. Raducanu is just mauling Swiatek on these returns. Also, Zheng trying to get to 6-5. And it's 30-all. Samsonova trying to break again. A huge legendary turnaround? What do you mean? For Swiatek? That would be crazy. I think at this point, she just needs to serve first in the second if she's going to come back. I think she needs to focus more on just winning this game and then starting fresh in the second. All right, first there's a fault by Swiatek. Second serve. Watch out. Something's going to happen. Second serve. Is an ace. I didn't expect that. All right, advantage Swiatek. All right. I was expecting so. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought something else was going to happen. But I guess, yeah. All right. First serve's a fault by Swiatek. Second serve. All right. Second serve into the back of her backhand. Return goes wide. No bagel. 5-1. Swiatek on the board. 30 minutes in, and she's just kind of asking the coaches, what the hell am I supposed to do here? Raducanu is serving for the set. Just showing what's his scoreline. I know Raducanu can beat Swiatek, but still, I know Macaron. That's, yeah. This is very impressive. As Zheng holds, by the way. 6-5. All right. $15 Swiatek couldn't get there. 30 love. 2 points away from the first set. Raducanu serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Backhand return goes back to Raducanu, but she hits it in the net, Raducanu. It's 30-15. Samsonova trying to get to a tiebreak here in this first set. All right, 30-15. Raducanu serves a fault. Second serve. What's going on, Graham? How you doing? Serving to the back of Swiatek. 4 now from Raducanu as a winner. 40-15. Raducanu to take the first set here. In very interesting fashion. Hey, Hater, why do you care about Swiatek's toilet habits? It's weird, bro. Serve is a fault. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve is a double fault. Raducanu, 40-30. Realizing I just ran out of coffee. No, Graham, go get more. We need coffee. I haven't had a good coffee. I haven't had coffee for a couple of weeks. I need to tell you, chat after this tournament. I'm going to go into a coffee coma. Is that even a thing? Can't be a thing. All right, set point number 2. First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve, Raducanu. Into the back, and Swiatek return as a winner. All right, we get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. We get to deuce. As Raducanu serves the backhand Swiatek. Backhand Raducanu is good. Slice Swiatek in the net. And it's advantage Raducanu to take the first set. Oh, I kind of love this for Raducanu though. Like, obviously, I want to see Swiatek create history, but I kind of love this for Raducanu. Well, we all love Raducanu, chat. She serves the next M&T. 6-1. That's the first set. Raducanu came to play. That's the first set. 6-1, 34 minutes. Zheng, by the way, she's trying to steal the first set, but she doesn't. 40-30, Samsonova. What a set. What a set. Raducanu is great. Imagine if Raducanu's second Grand Slam was the French Open. I don't think that was on the bingo cards. Please tell us if Swiatek goes to the bathroom. Raducanu went to the bathroom. And Swiatek went as well. But so did Raducanu. So what are we going to say now? Why do people care if people go to the bathroom? It's not even... cry more. Cry more. She went to the toilet. That's so unfair. Okay. How dare she go to the bathroom? That's so bad. Anyway, 6-all. Let's get to this tiebreak because Zheng and Samsonova are in a battle. By the way, 12 winners, 8 errors from Raducanu. Ridiculous. Only faced 1 break point as well. Her serving was amazing. 86% of first serve points won by Raducanu. Swiatek's serve, way below average. And her 6 winners, 5 errors, not bad. But Raducanu is just attacking that serve relentlessly. All right, one love Zheng. One love Zheng. She does it every time. As with a serve, into the backhand of Zheng. Forehand now from Samsonova into the forehand of Zheng. To the backhand of Samsonova. Zheng, gets a point. Samsonova in the net. 2 love Zheng. 2 love Zheng. To love Zheng. As we just said about why the forehand of Zheng. Forehand now from Samsonova's a winner, 2-1. You know it's BS, and she does it. She only does it if she's losing. Yeah. And I totally advocate for that. I am pro toilet break. So when you come to me and be like, it's not fair, I'm like, it's totally fair, and I encourage it. If you lose the first set, you should go off court, have a bathroom break, take 5 minutes to reevaluate where you're at and try and recover. If it's in the rules, totally fine. I have no problem with it. So when people complain about it, That's your problem. If she was breaking rules, we could discuss this, but she's not breaking any rules. Raducanu also had a toilet break, so what the hell are you talking about? But I encourage, if I lost the first set, I'd go have one too. Because it's a mental reset. It's totally fair. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a disruption to Raducanu. It's not made for that. It's more for Swiatek to just think, to go away, reevaluate the situation, look herself in the mirror, be like, all right, we got this. Come back out on court and try again. That's what Djokovic uses it for too. Doesn't matter. I would be telling my player to do the same thing. If you lose the first set, especially 6-1, as badly as that was, go take 5 minutes to regroup. It's actually a smart thing to do. All right, 2-0 in this tiebreak, by the way. So anybody crying, I'm not listening. I don't care. I'm listening, but I don't care. What's the opposite of preaching to the choir? Because you're complaining, and I do not care. All right, 2-0. As Zheng tries to take this tiebreak. Also, love 15. Swiatek serving first in the second. Love 15. Swiatek serves. A fault. Second serve. I think the rule is written as use the toilet. That's why people get annoyed, as not a mental reset. But I agree with you. There is no way to enforce it. But you can go and get changed as well. You can go off the court to get changed. So if you have to start monitoring people's bowel movements, then players will just take the shirts and go and get changed anyway. Either way, it's a respite. It's allowed. I love 30, by the way. Raducanu. Trying to break straight away. By the way, 4-2 Samsonova. All right, love 30. And there's a bit of serve against Swiatek. Samsonova's up 4-2. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Return goes in to the forehand of Swiatek. Fine now from Raducanu. Down the line of the slice. Swiatek, she hits it out. Raducanu is on fire. Love 40. Love 40. Big Mac.
Is this an inflection point for Iga that she may need to change her game and add net skills, drop shots, change in shot pace against these big hitters? Players have figured her out.
I don't think it's an inflection point. I think it's... we'll talk about it in a second. Love 40. Swiatek serves a fault. You bet Raducanu's going after this one. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. Raducanu breaks. 1-love in the third. And Swiatek's yelling at everybody. She's not happy. So the thing is, so Big Mac, good question. But I wouldn't say it's an inflection point because she brought in Wim to help her with this problem against these players, right? It was about trying to get more weapons or whatever it was. I think the problem is that Swiatek needs to go back to being defensive and being better on the defense rather than trying to out-hit the big hitters. I think she should take a page out of Gauff's book when it comes to defense, or maybe look at Paolini or, those type of players. Because she's trying to, out-hit these players. And I know her serve is vulnerable, and she may need to beef the serve up because that's always going to be a problem if you don't have a big serve against these players. They're going to smack it back. But I don't think she needs to, add more weapons because for so long she was winning so easily against everybody. She was kicking everyone's butt. But then I feel like the last 6 months or 9 months, she's obviously brought in a new coach with a new plan, but that plan's not working. It's working at times, but it's not working. It's not making her better. As that goes out by Swiatek, 30-love. And I don't think, if Swiatek loses this match this way, I don't think she's going to be working with Wim Fizet after Wimbledon. I think Wimbledon, they'll keep going to Wimbledon. And then after Wimbledon, I don't think, unless she wins Wimbledon, like, I don't think they're going to work together after Wimbledon. Because, unless they've signed on for the year, but it worked in Australia, where she beat Raducanu and she made the semi-finals, and she did really well in Australia for the first time in a couple of years, but it hasn't worked on clay, and that's a problem because clay's been her safe place, right? And now she's getting, and again, if she loses this match, you can say, well, she lost to Penko, Collins, Gauff, Raducanu, all players who can beat her. So it's not like she's losing to bad players or players that she shouldn't, but she's losing to players on clay that she shouldn't, right? Like, she shouldn't lose to Gauff on clay, or she didn't lose to Gauff on clay. Collins on clay, she hadn't lost to her there, right? She has lost to Raducanu on clay, though. But again, she's not losing to players that she shouldn't lose to, because she has lost to all those players before. But not on clay. On hard courts, mainly. All right, Raducanu 2-love. And I think this is way more shocking because I think before this match, everyone probably thought that Swiatek had figured Raducanu out. If you go look in Australia, and at the end of last year, they played twice over like the span of 2 months, and Swiatek won those matches not easily, but she won them convincingly enough when she hadn't been beating Raducanu, right? She'd been losing every time. And it looked like, okay, well, she's figured out Raducanu, now she's just got to figure out Penko or Sabalenka or Gauff or whoever. But this is like, she's gone 3 steps back now if she loses this in straights. After figuring it out for the hard courts, you know? All right, 15-love. By the way, Zheng trying to get this first set. She's got the set point, 6-5. And Zheng serves. A fault. Second serve. But I'll tell you this. We need to celebrate how Raducanu is playing. Because Raducanu, if she wins this in straights, best result she's had in a long time on the main stage. As we had a backhand now to the forehand of Samsonova's in the net. Zheng takes the first. Zheng takes the first. 7-6. But yeah, Raducanu winning this is... I know she won Strasbourg, but remember, like, that's at 500. If she beats Swiatek, who hasn't been beaten here in 4 years, or beaten like at this tournament in 4 years, if she does that by beating Swiatek like 1 and 2, Raducanu is back. Like, we got to say Raducanu is back. 30-15, Swiatek in the net. Love this for Raducanu. She needed something like this. She needs a win like this to stop everybody talking about all the off-court stuff, you know? All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Swiatek. Second serve. To the back of Raducanu. Oh, it just went wide. 40-15. As the return goes into the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand from Raducanu. Into the slice of Swiatek, but she can't get it back. 40-30. You can just see Elena looks so much healthier mentally and physically, and that new coach with the white hair seems to be really good for her so far. Yes, but also remember that even though her old coach is not there, he is allowed to coach her. So David Sanguinetti is the coach, I guess the face of the coaching staff, but Vukov is still working with Rybakina. That is still happening. Swiatek holds 2-1. Sanguinetti is also there as well, but he is there in, like, I think with Sanguinetti and what Goran, where Goran didn't fit in, is that Vukov is, oh man, it sounds bad when I say he's pulling the strings, right? He is the coach, right? He is the head coach. He is calling the shots. He's the one who's putting this together, right, for Rybakina. Sanguinetti is going to the tournaments because Vukov's not allowed. So Sanguinetti, who I think they're really good friends, Sanguinetti's there to implement Vukov's message, right? Whereas I think maybe Goran, when he came on, he probably wanted to do something different. And then when Vukov came back, Goran's like, no, I want to help you. No, I don't want to get told what to do. I don't want to be just like a channel for him to tell me what to tell you, right? I think Goran wanted a little bit more hands-on sort of, to be a bit more of a coach rather than just like, oh, I'm just going to say what he said. Whereas I think Sanguinetti probably came on, and look, he's probably given his own advice too, but Vukov is the main voice still, And I don't think we should forget that, Just because he's not there doesn't mean he's not there, right? And this is much better. Like, obviously, I mean, it's working, right? It's better than working with Goran. The results are better. And it's working for Rybakina, and that's all that matters, right? As long as Rybakina, as long as it's working for her, And it seems like this situation seems to be, at least for the last couple of weeks, it seems to be working. Setting a break. Rybakina, 2-1. As she serves, a double fault. This bracket is stacked, to be fair. Oh yeah, Andrew G, this bracket is crazy. When the draw came out, we saw Swiatek in this section. We knew it was going to be a nightmare. We knew it was going to be crazy. All right. Love 15. As the return goes in, the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand now from Swiatek into the forehand of Rybakina. To the forehand of Swiatek. Rybakina forehand. Again to the forehand of Swiatek. Rybakina. Oh no, Swiatek overhits it. 15-0. Vukov's not allowed to the tournaments because the WTA put him on suspension, which means he's not allowed to go to any WTA or Grand Slam events. He's not allowed to get credentials. I think he can go there as a fan, but he's not allowed to go there as a coach, and he can't go to the practice sessions at the tournaments or the practice grounds or anything like that. He's not allowed to be there because he got banned from the WTA for a year. I think it's 12 months, right? As Rybakina has an air swing, 15-30, little chance for Swiatek to get the break back here. 12-month ban. Yep. Until like February next year. All right, serve again, Rybakina. There's a fault, second serve. Serve again. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand now, Rybakina, the forehand of Swiatek. Swiatek gets it out. And it's 30-0. Why was he banned? God, just look it up because I'm gonna paraphrase it and it's probably not gonna come out right. So just Google it. Sorry. We talked about it at length a couple of months ago when it happened. So go watch the video that I made about it a couple of months ago. 30-0. I think it's he was breaching the WTA code of conduct. I think that's the reason. I think it came down to that. I think it was yeah. As we go to forehand wide by Rybakina, break point for Swiatek. All right. Yeah, Rybakina's coach was potential breach of WTA code of conduct. That is why. breaching the code of conduct for the WTA. Whatever. They didn't go into specifics, I don't think, but that is the that is why. And and we're going to move on from that because otherwise people are going to start coming up with what they think that means, and then we're going to get... we're not going to go down that road. Let's celebrate Raducanu's great tennis play right now. Let's not talk about... Let's not speculate on what's going on behind the scenes, and just come on. As that goes the net from Raducanu, and it's advantage for Swiatek to get back on serve. All right, advantage Swiatek. Also, Zheng's got break points here, 15-40. Samsonova hits a lovely winner, 30-40. And Raducanu serves. Into the forehand, Swiatek. Return goes in. The forehand, Raducanu. Swiatek guesses right with the lob. Oh, Raducanu in the nets. Swiatek breaks back. Raducanu's just like, what did I do? What did I miss that for? It's an easy shot she missed. All right. Swiatek gets a little bit of luck with that terrible volley by Raducanu. She knows it wasn't good. What's that noise? My dog. Swiatek, good hustle. All right, we're back on serve. Could be a turning point. It could be. It could be. As it'll fly down the line to the backhand of Samsonova here. And Samsonova in the net. Zheng's got a break point advantage. All right. Advantage Zheng. Big shout by Swiatek too. 15 love. And breakpoint Zheng. So to serve. Into the backhand of Zheng. Backhand goes out by Zheng. We're back to deuce. And Swiatek hits a backhand. Cross court in the net. And it's 15-0. 15-0. As we serve again from Swiatek. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Return goes back to Swiatek. Raducanu backhand. Into the forehand of Swiatek, who hits the tape. And it goes out. 15-30. Chance for Raducanu to get the break again. Swiatek yelling at herself. Chat, next person to call my dog a cow is going to get it. Advantage Zheng. She tries to break first game of the second. Let my poor dog sleep in peace. How would you like it if I called you a cow? Advantage Zheng. As the return goes back to Samsonova. Into the forehand of Zheng. Forehand from Samsonova is a drop shot. And Zheng gets it, but Samsonova volleys it away. Back to deuce. And Swiatek serves. Into the backhand of Raducanu, who smacks it in the net. 30-0. Swiatek hanging on. All right, 30-0. Swiatek serves the backhand of Raducanu. Forehand from Swiatek. Goes in the net. 30-40. 30-40. Swiatek serves. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand of Swiatek down the line. Raducanu forehand into the backhand of Swiatek. Raducanu forehand again to the backhand of Swiatek as Raducanu slice on the stretch goes wide and Swiatek hangs on. Samsonova holds, by the way, 1-love. All right, back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. Hands with a backhand now from Raducanu on the stretch, but it's in the net. Advantage, Swiatek. Advantage, Swiatek. Advantage, Swiatek. Advantage, Swiatek. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault. We're back to deuce. We get back to deuce. Swiatek hit 4 double faults. Swiatek serves again. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Forehand from Swiatek into the slice of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand again. Raducanu puts up a lob. But it goes out. Advantage, Swiatek. Advantage, Swiatek. As the return goes in the backhand of Samsonova, and then Zheng in the net, love 30. All right, Zheng in trouble. Swiatek serves again. Fault. Second serve. Second serve is double fault again. I guess the positive thing is she's double faulting when she's got the advantage. All right, deuce. Anisimova. Anisimova is playing after Zheng. Mauresmo is in the house. Mauresmo is in the house. All right, Swiatek with a great serve down the tee. Nearly an ace, pretty much an ace. Also love 40, Zheng in trouble. Samsonova goes to the forehand of Zheng. Samsonova forehand into the slice of Zheng, who hits it out. Samsonova breaks, 2-love. In the second. All right, advantage Swiatek to get the lead back. Serve again. Double fault again. Third double fault in a row on the ad side. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. Serve again. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Forehand. Swiatek on the stretch. Sinner gets the break point. Swiatek in the net. Advantage Rybakina. Maresma helps her run the tournament. Yeah, she's the tournament director. She is the boss. She's like Craig Tiley, the boss of the tournament. All right, advantage Rybakina to break in the second. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return is in. Swiatek cross-court winner. That was better. See, she gets the serve in when she needs it. She doesn't double fault when she's down a break point. Only when she doesn't need to win the point. Okay. Swiatek serves again. Rybakina returns it into the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Swiatek as Rybakina forehand down the line. Swiatek backhand cross. Rybakina backhand winner. Advantage Rybakina. Graham's got coffee. Let's go. Advantage Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina. Swiatek into the backhand of Rybakina. Return in the net. Another good serve by Swiatek right when she needed it. And we get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. And Swiatek serves again. As Rybakina backhand goes wide. And it's advantage Swiatek. Also 40-15 Samsonova. Advantage Swiatek to take the lead. This feels like an important game. And Swiatek serves. As the return goes into the backhand of... So Swiatek holds and Samsonova in the net, 40-30. By the way, those who said Daria is out of the stadium, no, she's sitting right there. She's been there. I don't know if she left for a bathroom break, but she's there. Swiatek's whole team is still there. Nobody left. So I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe she left, but she's back. How tall is Rybakina? She's 6 foot tall. All right. Three love Samsonova in the second. And Swiatek 3-2. 3-2. All right, chat, where are we watching from? Let us know in the chat where you're watching from. Where are you watching from? By the way, we've got Sabalenka taking on Nisimova after this, and also Alcaraz taking on Shelton. And then tonight, Musetti Runa, which is the match of, well, should be the match of the day. Top 10 clash. We'd love to see it. All right, we're back into serve. 3-2. Swiatek hits a return winner. I think Swiatek thought it was out. She was reacting like it was out, but it hit the line. Love 15. Swiatek got a little lucky. Shanked it in. All right. Love 15 as we're to serve again from Raducanu. And then that goes out by Raducanu on the ground strokes, and it's love 30. Love 30. Chance for Swiatek to break. Love 30. Love 30. As we're backing Swiatek into the back of Raducanu. Down the line is long by Raducanu. Love 40. Swiatek to take the break in the second. Love 40. Love 40. San Francisco in the house. We got Minnesota, London. We got Austria. We got Toronto. Love 40. Swiatek to break. Is a fault from Raducanu. Second serve. Swiatek, slice on the stretch. As Raducanu volley, Swiatek with a passing shot winner. That's the break. Okay, Swiatek from a breakdown to a break up, 4-2. Swiatek in the second. Nice fight back. Hey, thank you, Jin. I'm glad that we could help the channel, or the channel could help you in some way. Hopefully everything's going all right now. All right, 4-2. Swiatek serves. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand inside out. Raducanu backhand slice. And Swiatek comes in and puts away the smash. 15 love. Also, Zheng trying to get on the board. In this second set. All right, 15 love. Swiatek serves again. Zheng holds, by the way. 3-1 Samsonova in the second. And they're to serve now the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand now from Swiatek. Raducanu backhand goes in the net. 30 love. 30 love. All right, 30 love. As Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Serving in the forehand of Raducanu. Return. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Raducanu, forehand in the net. 40 love. 40 love. Raducanu is starting to get annoyed. 40 love. As the return goes in, the forehand to Swiatek. Forehand now from Raducanu. And the forehand to Swiatek, who overhits it, 40-15. 40-15. All right, 40-15. Swiatek for a 5-2 lead. Serving to the back end of Raducanu. Forehand from Swiatek into the forehand of Raducanu. Raducanu in the net. 5-2 Swiatek in the second. Hey, Melanie. Thank you for the nice words. Appreciate it. I love New Zealand. As that goes the net from Samsonova. 30-all. All right, 30-all. Zheng trying to break back. 30-all. As the return now from Zheng goes long. 40-30. 40-30. Where was this from Swiatek in the first game? I think Raducanu's levels dropped in the second as well. I don't think like Swiatek's definitely improved, but Raducanu's level dropped. She was playing amazing in the first set. Swiatek was just not serving as well. Raducanu, by the way, bouncing the racket around as well. She is not happy out there. Demario.
Iga would have better chance with Osta over Ryba here. And I know it's heresy. Osta always beats her, but I still think Ryba is worse for Iga here.
Fair enough. Demario.
Of course, when I send Super Chat about Ryba being worse for Iga over Ostapenko, Rybakina starts losing, all according to my plan XD.
Thank you for the donation. Sorry I didn't get to the other one earlier. I was doing when I do a double stream, I can't look at everything. I must have missed it, but thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Raducanu is serving to stay in the set. Is it a fault second serve? Love, second serve, Raducanu. To the back of Swiatek, Raducanu backhand to the forehand of Swiatek on the stretch. Is Raducanu forehand down the line winner. 30-love. 30-love. Love. Serve again, Raducanu. There's a fault, second serve. As it's a double fault apparently from Raducanu. Umpire's going to check. The umpire says that it is definitely out. 30-15. 30-15. Hawkeye confirms it was out. All right, 30-15. Serving to the back and Swiatek for now from Raducanu. Overhits it. 30-all. 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 And Rybakina serves again. 30 all. Is it a fault from Rybakina's second serve? Also, Zheng's down love 30 as well. She's already down a break. Is it a second serve now? The forehand of Swiatek. Forehand from Rybakina. Into the forehand of Swiatek is Rybakina. Into the slice of Swiatek, who hits it in the ground. 40-30. Rybakina to keep things going. Right. Rybakina. 40-30. Serve to the back end of Swiatek. Good return. The forehand of Rybakina, but she puts it away. All right. Swiatek's going to serve to take us to a third. Rybakina holds. 5-3. Also 15-40. Serves it over. About to get a double break. Zheng serves the fault. Second serve. Second serve. Oh, double fault, Zheng. Okay. Double break. 5-1. 5-1. Swiatek served for the second. As it Rybakina. That's a great shot. Swiatek on the stretch gets it. Rybakina forehand cross court. Swiatek with a forehand to the volley of Rybakina. Swiatek's going to get it with a passing shot winner. Great hustle by Swiatek. That's what she should do more of. I know she doesn't want to do that, but that's the style that she should focus on. When we're playing these players, make them play more. That's how Gauff does so well against Sabalenka consistently. It's not about out-hitting those players. It's about defending well. And just be a bit more of a counterpuncher. Love that for Swiatek. 15 love. As the backhand return goes back into Swiatek. Backhand Rybakina. To the backhand Swiatek. As Rybakina backhand again. The backhand Swiatek down the line. The forehand of Rybakina. And Swiatek forehand as Rybakina goes down the line wide. 30 love. Rybakina throws her hands in the air. She's like, what the hell am I doing? 30 love. 30 love. Also, Samsonova is up. It's serving for the second against Zheng. 30 love. Serving to the backhand. Rybakina shanks it wide. 40 love. $40 love. $40 love. Serving the back end. Rybakina return goes wide. We're going 3, baby. We're going 3. Chat, today is the day. The French Open finally starts. The first week was just a bunch of whatevers and a couple of good matches, but it was whatever it was. Now we're watching the French Open. This is Roland Garros. Now, finally, we're here. Got some banger matches going on. Finally. Swiatek fights back. Rybakina is going to the bathroom. Swiatek is not going to the bathroom. All right, 15-40. Zheng to break back. By the way, that set, not pretty. 6 winners, 16 errors, Rybakina. So yeah, the level dropped. Swiatek also didn't play great. 11 winners, 11 errors, 9 winners. But Swiatek's serving got a lot better. She was winning a lot more points on serve. Rybakina's serve went down. So Rybakina definitely dropped her level from the first set, allowing Swiatek to fight back. But if Rybakina can get to that first set level again, Swiatek's going to be in trouble. So Swiatek better hope that Rybakina doesn't recover. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's see if Raducanu can recover. She is serving first in the final set. Raducanu is back. All right. Also, we hit the deuce. Samsonova trying to take this. Trying to take the second to take us to a third, which means we've watched 3 matches, 3 3-setters. That would be perfect start to the day. Plus, we've still got Alcaraz Shelton, Musetti versus Rune, which also potentially could go some distance. So, and Sabalenka and Anisimova as well. So, like, come on now. Only good matches today. All right, advantage Samsonova. Samsonova to take the second set. She serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. That's it, Lorna. Banger matches is right. As that goes out by Zheng on the return. We're going 3 as well. We're going 3. They're both starting the third sets almost at the same time as well, so that's fun. All right. We're going 3. Zheng, Samsonova. 6-3, Swiatek in the second, by the way. Raducanu serving first in the third. Let's see what she can do. Can she get back to that level in the first set? These matches could have been night matches as well. Yep. They definitely could have been. And I guess the critique will be if the night match tonight is not good, that these matches should have been on night session. If Musetti and Rune goes like an hour and a half straight sets, I think there will be the question will be asked about why wasn't one of these matches on centre court. So I guess the French Open are hoping that tonight's matches go very, very go well. Zheng's going to the bathroom. Anyways, Raducanu forehand into the backhand Swiatek. Who's winning the final set, chat? You tell me. Is it a backhand rally? That's a winner by Swiatek. Love 15. Completely forgot about Musetti Rune. Yeah. Can't wait for that one. That is the match of the day. Or night. At least it should be. Someone's going to the toilet. Call the police. As it a fault from Raducanu, second serve. Swiatek 6-3, Swiatek 6-4, Swiatek 6-4, Raducanu 6-4. Raducanu wins this now. Be even more impressive, I think, because Swiatek's got that momentum. 15-all. 15-all. What happened to Zheng in the second? Just fell off. Samsonova was playing pretty well. Not amazing, but pretty well. And Zheng just error. Great matches today? Yeah, Dan. They've been great matches. As the backhand return goes the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand now from Swiatek. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand goes long. And it's 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. Raducanu serves again. As the backhand return goes out by Swiatek, 40-15. Raducanu to take the first game of the third. We'll just wait for Zheng to come back so we can start the final set with Samsonova. And Zheng, after that match, is Sabalenka Anisimova. And we've got, after this Raducanu match, we've got Shelton versus Alcaraz. All right. That goes out by Swiatek and Samsonova. Not yet. We're not watching her yet. We're back in the lead. 1-love in the final set. So Sebastian Grosjean in the house. How many Australian Opens left in the French Open? 1. And it's Aussie Dasher. All right. 1-love Raducanu. How about Raducanu wins a tiebreak 7-6 of the final set? That'd be so good. That'd be an epic finale. Can we get that tiebreak, please? Okay. Here we go. Swiatek to serve. Swiatek serves. Into the form of Raducanu. Raducanu in the net. 15-love. And to serve again. Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Serve again. Into the back of Raducanu. Back into Swiatek is a winner. All right, 30-love. 30-love. Love. And Swiatek serves again. There's a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Swiatek. Serve into the back of Raducanu. Back into Swiatek. Into the back of Raducanu. And Swiatek forehand to the forehand of Raducanu. To the back of Swiatek. Raducanu backhand. Again to the back of Swiatek as Raducanu slices it into the backhand of Swiatek. Slice Raducanu. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Raducanu passing shot winner. And it's 30-15. Hello. How can I help you? How can I help you? You want to sit down? Okay. Does Zheng look tired? I'll let you know. I mean, the match has gone 2 hours. Oh. Got the hiccups, do you? You got the hiccups, do you? No. And Zheng hits a winner down the line to start the third set. All right, back in Raducanu. Into the back of Swiatek. Raducanu forehand. Into the slice of Swiatek as Raducanu comes in and hits a backhand winner. 30-all. Oh, you got the hiccups, brother. You got the hiccups, do you? Hey. Come on. All right, 30-all. Swiatek needs first serves. 30-all. 30-all. As we default second serve. Swiatek serves. Into the back of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand to the forehand of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand again is a winner. Raducanu almost fell over. All right, 40-30. 40-30. 1 second, chat. All right, 40-30. Swiatek backhand. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek backhand to the forehand of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Swiatek. As Raducanu forehand. Again to the forehand of Swiatek, who hits a winner. Swiatek 1-all. That was a solid couple of points at 30-all. Some clutchness from Iga Swiatek. All right. 1-1 final set. Samsonova Zheng also in a battle. 30-15 Zheng. And Zheng with a great serve. 40-15. 40-15. All right. Raducanu with a lovely winner, 15-love. 15-love. Drop shot winner by Raducanu. That is not normal, but it's a great shot. Swiatek returns in the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek goes the forehand of Raducanu. Into the backhand of Swiatek as Raducanu forehand goes into the forehand of Swiatek. To the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek in the nets. And it's 30-love. All right, forehand goes out by Raducanu, and it's 30-15. Zheng wins the first game of the third, by the way. 1-love. Okay. All right, 30-15. As Raducanu serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As a return. Goes down the line. Winner from Raducanu. What a pickup. 40-15. What a shot. 40-15. 40-15. 40-15 as Raducanu tries to take the lead back. Serve down the tee is a fault. Second serve. I'll tell you, chat, this feels like we're watching two semi-finals at the moment. As we serve now, the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand of Raducanu goes wide. 40-30. 40-30. 40-30. Raducanu to take the lead. Good serve. Swiatek returns into the forehand of Raducanu. That's a great shot. Swiatek gets there, but it's in the net. 2-1 Raducanu, final set. 2-1 Raducanu. All right. What is it? Hang on, chat. What's up? What's wrong? Okay. 2-1 Raducanu final set. 30 love, by the way. Okay. As Swiatek serves. Swiatek with a serve. 2-1 final set. As the return goes in the forehand of Swiatek. And Swiatek hits it long. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. As the return goes in the forehand of Swiatek, she puts that away. 15 all. 15 all. Also 1 all in the final set of Samsonova Zheng as well. And Samsonova with a lovely drop shot. 15 all. All right, 15 all. Swiatek serves again. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Backhand of Swiatek. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Lob goes up. Swiatek forehand. Winner. 30-15. What is it, Mia? What is it? Hey? 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 All right, 30-15. Swiatek serves again. (30-15). And Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Also, Zheng's at 30-15 as well. And she serves an ace, 40-15. All right, 30-15. Swiatek serves again. As the backhand return goes, the backhand of Swiatek down the line's a great shot. Raducanu gets it back, but it's in the net. 40-15. (40-15). Zheng holds, by the way. 2-1 final set. And Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Serving the backhand of Raducanu. A great return winner. And it's 40-30. 40-30. (40-30). Swiatek serves again. As the return goes into the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand of Raducanu. To the backhand of Swiatek. Raducanu backhand again to the backhand of Swiatek, who hits it down the line for a winner. 2-2. Swiatek holds. 2-0 final set. What a stressful match, yeah. All right, 2-2. Two all. Back to Raducanu. As one of the ball kids takes a bee off the court. Save the bees. There's a bee that from the flowers that came over and ball kid used their hat to get rid of the bee. There we go. Humanely and not in a bad way. Danny.
Thanks, Cam, for bringing to us these great matches.
No worries. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, we've been lucky today. Yesterday, all the matches were really straightforward. Today, so far, 3 matches, 3 epics. 15 loves, Raducanu, a great shot. Swiatek in the net. Great backhand, Raducanu down the line. 30 love. 30 love. Love. Raducanu serves again. Into the forehand, Swiatek. Backhand of Raducanu. And Swiatek forehanded the backhand of Raducanu on the stretch. Goes long, 30-15. 30-15. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're only halfway through the day. We've still got so much more tennis to go. And 2 potential 5-setters as well. As we get a serve from Raducanu. Is a fault. Second serve. Serve in the back and Swiatek. Great return. Raducanu slicing in the net. And it's 30-all. Swiatek a chance to get the break in the final set here. 30-all. 30-all. Serve is a fault from Raducanu. Second serve. Serve in the back and Swiatek. Return to the forehand of Raducanu. Forehand Swiatek on the stretch. Raducanu forehand again at the forehand Swiatek. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand down the line. Raducanu backhand. Into the forehand Swiatek. Again the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek backhand to the backhand again of Raducanu. Sliced. Oh, Swiatek just throws the racket at the ball, literally. And the ball goes nowhere. 40-30. Nice hitting from Raducanu. 40-30. Raducanu to stay in front. I don't know what Swiatek was going to achieve by throwing the racket at the ball, because if it went over, she would have been screwed. So I don't understand. I think she's just a bit annoyed. 40-30 Raducanu. Serve to the back of Swiatek. Return. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Swiatek backhand inside out. Good shot. Raducanu slices it back. Backhand of Swiatek. Raducanu pass. Swiatek volleys it in the nets. And smacks the net on the way through. And the crowd are like, ooh, that's aggressive. 2-1. Sorry, 3-2. Raducanu holds. Swiatek's trying to calm herself down after that. By the way, Samsonova trying to level at the second set, or the third set, sorry. 40-30. All right. And Zheng hits it out. It's 2-all. 2-all. Two. So yeah, after this match, we've got Shelton and Sabalenka's matches. And then in about 4.5 hours, we have the match between Musetti and Rune, which will probably be the only match on at the time. So the stage is set and all eyes will be on that one. And that feels like it could be the best match of the tournament. Like, those guys are playing great on clay. It's a great rivalry between the same generation, right? Musetti and Rune from in that same generation. Probably, just behind, behind, maybe not just behind, but definitely behind Sinner and Alcaraz in that who's going to be, in the next 10 years, who's going to be the Slam champions. They're in the conversation for sure. Okay. 3-2, Rybakina. Serving to the forehand of Rybakina. Forehand of Swiatek. Is Rybakina backhand? Winner. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Serve again, the back of Rybakina. Back into Swiatek to the forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Swiatek, who overhits it. Love 30. Chance for Rybakina to break here. Love 30. Love 30. As Rybakina return goes to forehand of Swiatek. Forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Rybakina in control. Forehand to forehand rally. As Rybakina goes down the line. Swiatek backhand cross. Rybakina's got it. Into the forehand of Swiatek. Now Rybakina doing some running. As Swiatek forehand cross court winner. What a shot by Swiatek. Jeez. I thought Rybakina hit a great shot in the corner, but Swiatek with the angle. Let me show you, chat. This is what happened. I'm not going to show you, but I'll show you on the board. Rybakina hit it here, right? She hit it in the corner, and Swiatek ends up hitting a cross-court winner. Whoops, wrong one. This way. And Rybakina couldn't get there. That's where Rybakina hit it. That's where Swiatek returned it. It was crazy. What a crazy angle. Great. It was a great shot by Rybakina, but it came back with a better shot. And she needed it at 15-30. All right. 15-30. Swiatek goes to serve. Zheng, by the way, 40-30. Chance to get the lead again. There's a bit of let from Swiatek. Swiatek serves. As the return goes in, the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand out from Rybakina. The forehand of Swiatek. Into the forehand of Rybakina, who hits a cross-court winner. Rybakina's got 2 break points, 15-40, but the umpire's going to check. The umpire's going to check. And the ball was in. Swiatek's not convinced. All right, Swiatek's going to accept the call that was on the line. 15-40. Rybakina to take the break. And Hawkeye confirmed that it was on the line. All right. Swiatek in big trouble. 15-40. 15-40. As Rybakina returns in the forehand of Swiatek. Rybakina forehand into the net. 30-40. One saved. Also advantage Zheng as she tries to lead the the third. Sometimes I can count. All right. Swiatek serves 30-40. Serve. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Forehand now from Swiatek. Raducanu on the stretch. Goes in the net. Deuce. We get to deuce. As Zheng holds. 3-2. Final set. Linda.
I'm happy that my competition, I call it my violin Grand Slam, is now done and dusted. Cotter win last night and runners-up prize in final event today.
Nice.
Now in hotel for all the tennis popcorn matches.
Well, you've just joined us in time. Congrats on the win. All right, Swiatek hits it out, and we get to advantage Raducanu. Another break point. Advantage Raducanu. Advantage Raducanu. To take the break in the final set. And Swiatek serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek goes in the forehand of Raducanu, and Swiatek gets the point. Raducanu hits it out. We're back to deuce. All right, Swiatek, forehand down the line. Raducanu gets on the stretch. It goes in. And Swiatek goes again. The backhand of Raducanu. Raducanu can't get that one. Oh, no, she does. But Swiatek is better. Puts it away. Advantage. Swiatek. To stay in this set. To keep this set going. Swiatek serves. A fault. Okay. Swiatek holds. Good hold. 3-all final set. Also, Zheng's up love 30. All right, love 30. All right, and Zheng hits that out. And Samsonova trying to hold. 15-30. 3-3. Raducanu. Raducanu serving. As the return goes in by Swiatek. Great return. Love 15. Love 15. Love 15. And Raducanu serves a fault. Second serve. 30 all, by the way. Samsonova. Love 15. Raducanu return down the line. The forehand is in the net by Raducanu. Great return. Swiatek again. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. And Raducanu serves. Into the back of Swiatek. Return goes into the forehand of Raducanu. Swiatek pass goes in the net. And it's 15-30. So 40-30 Samsonova. She tries to level the final set. So a little chance here for Swiatek maybe to get a break point. All right. Swiatek is pointing at the mark. The umpire's going to check. It was a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serve in the back and Swiatek return into the front of Raducanu, who overhits it. 15-40. Swiatek to break in the middle of the final set. 15-40. As with a fault, second serve. Second serve. To the back of Swiatek. Return the backhand of Raducanu. Swiatek backhand. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand again. Swiatek to the backhand of Raducanu, who puts it in the net. There's the break. There's the break. Also, Zheng's got a break point as well. Four-3. Swiatek, final set. I think Swiatek will still go down as a player with the most slams of her generation. Maybe. Okay. Zheng breaks as well. 4-2. 4-2 Zheng. 4-2 Zheng. Final set. Both have got the breaks. Okay. Bye, chat. Like I said, we've got Swiatek. Sorry, not Swiatek. We've got Sabalenka taking on Anisimova after this. And Alcaraz versus Shelton. You know those matches are going to be fun. You know those matches are definitely not going to be boring. Well, I doubt they're going to be boring. It would be a shame if they were boring. 4-2. Patrick Mouratoglou in the house, by the way, even though he's not coaching because Osaka's not here. Is he on, like, French TV? He must be on French TV or something. All right, 4-3. As with a 4-4 rally, Swiatek goes to the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand of Swiatek is long. And it's love 15. Zheng 30 love. Two hours played in the Swiatek match, by the way. All right, love 15. Swiatek serves again. Is it a backhand now to the backhand of Rybakina? Swiatek goes long. Love 30. Love 30. And Swiatek serves again. Serve again. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return to the forehand of Swiatek. That's a good shot. Rybakina backhand in the net. 15-30. As Zheng makes Samsonova move. 30-15. Down the line to the backhand of Samsonova. Zheng with a drop shot in the net. 30-all. Disappointing. 30-all. And 15-30. Second serve. Swiatek faults. Second serve. As Rybakina hits a return winner. 15-40 to get back on serve. Also Zheng 40-30. 15-40. So we get a serve again. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Forehand of Swiatek, the forehand of Rybakina. Swiatek forehand again to the forehand of Rybakina. Into the forehand of Swiatek on the stretch. Rybakina goes down the line. Swiatek's there with the backhand on the stretch. Has Rybakina in control. Backhand Swiatek down the middle. Rybakina forehand in the net. 30-40. One saved. Also Zheng with a slice on the stretch. Samsonova, though, hits a forehand cross-court winner. And we get to deuce. Still break point, 30-40. For Rybakina to get back on serve. Swiatek serves. A let. Great return, Samsonova. She's got a break point to get back on serve as well. (30-40). Swiatek serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault, man. She has been double faulting a lot, but not on break points. Rybakina's pressure too much. We're back on serve 4-all final set. Swiatek just blinked when she looked like she was in control. Also, Zheng trying to finish this match off. But we're back on serve 4-all final set. All right. Also, advantage Samsonova to get back on serve. Demariel.
Iga, if you win with Ryber, then win whole thing.
We'll see as Swiatek hits in the net. 15-love Rybakina. Anonymous.
Never forget, Steffi Graf won a staggering 89% of her matches in her career. Next closest, man or woman, is Novak at 83%.
That's a great stat. Thank you for the 10. Robin.
Thanks for the awesome tennis, for a treat for me and coffee for you. Again, gave 3 days. You are the bomb.
No worries. Thank you, Robin. That's very generous. All right, Swiatek, by the way, 15-0. 15-0, so great. The break back from Samsonova. We're back on serve, 4-3. Samsonova breaks back, 4-3. 15-0 here. We're back into serving to try and get the lead in the final set. As Raducanu serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. And Swiatek returns into the forehand of back into Raducanu. Swiatek backhand to the backhand of Raducanu. And Swiatek with a forehand down the middle. Raducanu's got it, but overhits it. All right, 15-30. Raducanu hits it out. 15-30. As we just serve into the net, second serve. Second serve. As a return from Swiatek goes in the forehand of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand to the forehand of Raducanu. Oh, Raducanu hits it wide. 15-40. Swiatek to break. And then serve for the match. 15-40. $15.40. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to like the video as well, because it tells YouTube that you actually like this stuff. And if you don't like it, don't like it. But if you like it, maybe like the video, because then other people can find this video and come here and hang out, and more people, more fun and tennis. 15-40. As it is served out wide the forehand of Swiatek, but it's a double fault. Raducanu smacks the ball into the crowd. And the umpire is going to check. It was in! What the hell is going to happen? Wait a second. Hang on, wait, what just happened? It was not a double fault. Raducanu is going to get a code violation, I think, because she hit the ball out of the stadium. But it wasn't a double fault. They're going to replay the point. It's first serve. Hang on. But is she going to get a code violation? Did the umpire even see it? The umpire didn't see it. It's a first serve. She got away with it. The umpire didn't see it. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Don't worry about it. You saw nothing, chat. You didn't see anything. 15-40, first serve. Return goes in from Swiatek into the forehand of Raducanu. Swiatek backhand pass is wide. 30-40. You saw nothing, chat. Don't worry. Nothing happened. Don't worry about it. 30-40. Don't worry about it. Nothing happened. All right, 30-40. Raducanu serves. She would have just got a warning anyway, so don't worry about it. She wouldn't have lost the point or anything. Zheng's got 15-40, by the way. Still break point for Swiatek, 30-40. Serve to the back of Swiatek. Return is into the forehand of Raducanu. Swiatek forehand of the stretch. In the net. We get the deuce. Raducanu hanging on from a double fault break to deuce. The umpire saved the day. 15-40 for Zheng, by the way. Samsonova hits it wide. Zheng breaks. 5-3, final set. She got serve for the match. As the return goes... Nope, that's a fault by Rybakina, second serve. Second serve. Goes in the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand of Rybakina. To the backhand of Swiatek. Rybakina forehand cross. Into the forehand of Swiatek, but Swiatek hits it long. Advantage Rybakina to take the lead in this final set. These games are the games that decide who makes the quarters. We're right in that sweet spot now. The next couple of games are going to determine who's going to be in this finals. Who's going to place Svitolina? Rybakina serves. Who will hold their nerve? Rybakina serves. A fault. That was close. But it was a fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Swiatek. Good return. Rybakina gets it back. Swiatek forehand inside out winner. Rybakina thought it was cross court. She was starting to move. She went the wrong way. Deuce. Also love 15. Samsonova trying to recover. As Rybakina serves at deuce again. As she says a fault, Rybakina. Second serve. Also love 30 Zheng. Samsonova a chance to break back. Return for Swiatek goes in the back of Rybakina. Swiatek forehand on the stretch. In the net. Advantage Rybakina to take the lead. As the return goes in the backhand of Zheng. Samsonova puts up a lob. Zheng's going to let it bounce. Put away the smash. All right, 15-30. Zheng 3 points away from the quarterfinals of Roland Garros. Is that her third different quarterfinal? She made the quarters here before. I don't think she has she? It'd be Zheng's third. Yeah, it would be her best result, but her third quarterfinal or better at a slam. Anyways, good serving from Rybakina. She takes the lead. 5-4. Rybakina, what a turnaround from what would have been a break point or break. But the umpire came down the chair. He flew out of the chair and saved her. And the call was overturned. And now Swiatek's going to serve for the send the match. Anyways, Zheng, 30-0. She is serving for the match. 30-0. Serve again from Zheng. Now, the credit doesn't go to the umpire. The umpire made the mistake in the first place. The lines person made the mistake, and the umpire corrected it. So it was the umpire's fault anyway. Just the different umpire. Had she have lost that had she got broken and the ball was called in when it was a double fault, that would have been blaming the umpire. But the umpire just made the right call. The umpire didn't help her. He saved her, but I'm just being dramatic. As the return goes off the tape and wide by Samsonova. Match point, Zheng. 40-30. Zheng to take the win and to take on the winner of Sabalenka and Anisimova, who are coming on after this match. 40-30. Zheng serves. Into the forehand of Samsonova. Great return. Zheng gets it back. Samsonova forehand. Wide! Zheng's into the quarterfinals. She collapses on the ground. She is into the quarterfinals of Roland Garros. What a fight. And she's going to take on Sabalenka or Anisimova, who are coming up now. All right, GG's. Swiatek, by the way, is serving to stay in the match. If you want to keep watching, jump on over. We're going to merge the streams. Great win by Zheng. Good fight by her. As Rybakina hits it down the line, the back of Swiatek. Rybakina forehand. Goes long. 15 love. If you want to come on over, watch the rest of the Swiatek versus Rybakina match. I don't know why you wouldn't. But Zheng wins. She's in the quarterfinals of Roland Garros for the first time. And she will take on that Sabalenka and Anisimova match, who are coming up now. So we will be watching that as well.